y'all? Want to do a little bait review. I haven't done a bait review before. This is gonna be my first one, but it's one I'm stoked about. As y'all know, at the Classic this weekend or the other day, they released the Yamamoto Yamatanuki. I'm gonna call it the Nuki for short because Yamatanuki is pretty hard to pronounce every time. So the Nuki from Yamamoto is legit. I got to go fishing Saturday, so yesterday. Louisiana, temperatures are crazy. I think it got up to 83 degrees outside, sunshine, no wind. Water temperature was between 70 and 74 degrees already. Just crazy. Spawn is on. Some fish have already spawned. There's fry balls that bass are protecting. There's post-spawn and even some pre-spawn fish that haven't moved up yet. So you can catch them anywhere, which was awesome because I got to test this thing in numerous different situations. So a little bit about the bait first. So, Yamamoto is calling this their heavy plastic. This bait weighs 5/8 of an ounce. It's heavy. You can chunk it a mile. You can flip it. It's heavy enough to even penetrate reeds and some stuff. I mean, it weighs 5/8 of an ounce, so it'll get in there. The bait, the action on it is just crazy. This little tail thing, I'm gonna call it a tail, just wiggles a lot like that Senko shimmy. And I think that's what that's what the fish, I mean, that's what they're looking at. That's what they're eating. So this thing is great in the water. I had it rigged up on an EWG hook, weightless. That's how I threw it all day long. Weightless because it's already heavy enough, and the sink rate on it is great. But the this EWG hook, you're gonna need a thick hook. I mean, this is a thick bait. It's solid, and you're gonna need some distance in there so they can get that. You can set the hook on them. Every fish I caught was hooked in the top of the roof of the mouth, and they were pinned when they hit this thing. So, I mean, they were munching it. They liked it. They were getting it deep. So, I'm super impressed with this. I know the bait's been out a long time in Japan already. A lot of their stuff they get, they master it before they send it over to us. And then we've got to go in and learn how to fish the thing. I'm gonna say off the bat, weightless, just chunking it is gonna be great. Flipping is gonna be good. Right now in the spring, throwing it on beds, it proved itself Saturday. I mean, they really were eating it good. Even when they weren't, I would flip a white craw. I was flipping some other stuff just to check them, and when other baits weren't, I mean, this thing with this slow natural fall with this tail wobble, and then it's pretty erratic in the bed. When you jump it in the bed and it pops up, it doesn't go a certain way every time. I mean, it's erratic, it does what it wants to do, but then it'll settle itself out and start that sink with that tail. And it's crazy. Even casting it and reeling it in really slow, I mean, just on a straight retrieve, this tail is constantly moving. I mean, they would eat this thing all day long in a bunch of different situations. So I told y'all, I was already fishing beds, and so I'm going from point to point where I needed to cross over. And I crossed over the lake, went across the creek channel, was cruising with my live scope, and saw a group of fish sitting out there off the ledge in the creek channel. So I just chunked the bait out, of course, let it sink into the group. It shows up great on live sonar too. That's gonna be another thing is this thing shows up on forward-facing sonar. I'm a Garmin guy, and it showed up great on my graph. Watched it sink down to the fish, boom. I mean, they were tracked it coming down and came up and got it. It's gonna be great for that as well. So, I caught 2 fish out of that group. Just casted at them in the Mill Creek channel, letting it sink down to them. So I think there's gonna be a lot of applications of this Carolina rig. I can even see that being great. But as people use it more, there's gonna be videos out left and right, about how to use this. The great thing about it is it's easy to use, a lot easier than it's pronounced, which is why I'm just gonna call it the Nuki right now. But I was impressed with this bait. You know, I was lucky enough to score some and have some in my hand so I could use them this week. I'm gonna use them a lot this week too. I plan on going fishing some this week. This will be what I'm throwing. This is gonna be what I'm gonna flip with and really try to learn as much as I can about the bait. I really like it. I like the action. It's Yamamoto, so they're gonna have crazy colors like they always do. And then another bait, the D-Shad. This is their, I guess it's like a fluke, kinda. I mean, it is like a fluke. You know, it's like when we get a stick worm, we get a yum ding or a sticko or any of them baits. I mean, we call them Cincos, they're Cincos. So yeah, this is like a fluke, but it's the Yamamoto D-Shad. This color is insane. This is their sexy shad color, and I absolutely smoked them on this thing too. Weightless, just chunking it on spawning flats, not necessarily at beds and stuff, just fan casting. I would see something blow up along the reeds or along the grass line or something, chasing off minnows or something. I'd throw this up there and catch one. It really did a good job. The action of this thing in the water, of course, is unbelievable. It is a great little bait, crazy sink on it, real subtle action. If you twitch it though, this tail will get moving and it'll dart around and do a bunch of wild stuff. You know, Yamamoto, you can't go wrong. You know, will it replace the fluke? I don't know, but it's a really good bait. I'm gonna throw this one for a while too, just to see. You know, and this one here's durable. It's not like the like a Senko where you're only gonna catch 1 or 2 fish. I mean, I caught 4 or 5 fish off of this. This is actually a durable plastic that they used on this one. The Nuki feels a lot like a fat Senko, and it didn't hold up as well, you know, but it caught fish. It's just a lot softer. You can, when you hold the baits, you can tell there's a difference in them. Of course, a lot of salt in this thing to help with the sink and the action. I mean, I'm just blessed and lucky enough to be able to get out there and catch fish on this thing like I did. I'm sure other people will be. You know, get out there, buy some packs. These things are dope, both of them. Go get you some, enjoy this spring, enjoy this spawn, catch a bunch of fish and hopefully catch fish of a lifetime on one of these, y'all. Tight lines and God bless.